Hello everyone, this is Hakaym and welcome back to another episode of Funday Sunday, and in this episode is time for another video of ranked battle. Yes, ranked season is now back in and we have begun it once again, but ranked battle is also a little bit different, which is always something rather bit new. We'll see how it turns out. But we are currently in the Tier 8 Akazuki. We are playing on Sea of Fortune. We have a Richelieu, a Magi, Prince Eugen, Chapayev, 2 Akazukis, Lo Yang. On the enemy team, there is 2 Richelieus, a Togo, Kutuzov, 2 Akazukis, and a enemy Lo Yang. So, yes, things are going to be a little bit difficult for us because the enemy team does have 2 enemy Lo Yangs, which is very difficult to deal with because they do have Hydro. However, we do have 2 Akazukis, which is going to be fairly interesting. So yes, ranked battle is here once again, and as usual, I am gonna do a quick video with a rank battle. Now this battle here was in fact on my live stream, and I will add the link down below so you can see it in all its glory and my first reaction to it. However, in this battle, well, things are going to be interesting. I have taken the Akazuki because it's a ship I much enjoy while playing it. However, rank season this time is going to be a little bit differently. Starting off from rank 24 all the way up to rank 11, you will be playing at tier 8. However, once you reach rank 10, it switches up to tier 10 ships. So the idea behind this, and as actually once you reach rank 1, it actually switches again to tier 7. Now the reason why they kind of did this was the fact that, well, as you get higher and higher, it becomes much more difficult. You have more competent players. However, you still get tied up with those of a lower rank, and that sometimes means you get tied up with players who may not be as competent as you would hope and can bring down a team. So things are a little bit differently. We'll see how it goes. I will have to say, once I reached rank 10, it was actually very difficult to get in battle. I actually could not get into battle because it was just not a lot of people on rank 10, so could not actually get a battle there. However, in this match, we do have 2 Akazukis, and we're currently starting to capture C. Now, one thing about the Akazuki, he did lay down a smoke screen, and a smoke screen, as you may well know, is a torpedo magnet. And it looks like the enemy Akazuki does get torps on our friend there, and he does take a pretty big hit, which is very detrimental this early in the battle. Enemy Akazuki is spotted. We do have a friendly behind us, and it is probably a good idea to actually go ahead and smoke up. Try to save our health as much as possible. However, the enemy Akazuki apparently can't actually see our friend. And obviously low health Akazuki is his primary focus. And unfortunately, he does take out our friend there. And, oh, let's see, torpedoes are away. However, we are out of our own smoke screen, and we are currently being spotted by the enemy Richelieu, actually on the western side of B. So this is going to be the longest 20 seconds of my life just trying to survive, and fortunately we do get out of sight. Now the enemy team is actually holding and controlling A and B relatively easily, but torpedoes are in fact very good on that enemy Akazuki, and we do take out the enemy Akazuki. However, at the exact same time, enemy Lo Yang does detonate our Prince Eugen, which does bring us down in ships again, and we are currently down in points, but the enemy team is ahead in points, and it is going to prove slightly difficult because they do have control of the A and soon to be B cap. Now, one nice thing about the Akazuki is she has a very high rate of fire, and my captain is actually a 17-point captain, so I do have BFT, AFT, and IFHE on this captain, which I would highly recommend, or else the Akatsuki is going to be pretty much worthless, because this IFHE does allow you to penetrate a little bit thicker armor, up to around 19 millimeters of armor, so it will penetrate a little bit thicker, such as cruiser armor and even other tier 8 destroyer armor. And the high rate of fire is extremely beneficial, because with IFHE it does mean that you have a reduced fire chance. Now, enemy Richelieu does come around the corner, spots us for a second, but being a good destroyer and being a pesky destroyer, we're still able to fire while not currently being spotted. Now, enemy Richelieu does actually, in fact, beach himself on the island right there, and we actually get a ship back. Kutuzov does go down, and we're going to try to reverse and try to get torpedoes off. Because our team definitely needs it, because now we are down 3 ships to their 2. And one nice thing about the Akatsuki is she does have torpedo reload module on her. This does mean that every around 3 minutes and 40 seconds you're able to get off 2 spreads of torpedoes instead of just the normal one. And this will prove beneficial. I am hoping this enemy Richelieu will actually peel off to the left. I think he is concerned about the Chapayev, and we'll see how things go. Unfortunately, he does disappear, but torpedoes are good. We get 2 torpedoes, cause a flood, and constantly being a pesky harassment on this enemy Richelieu. Get another 2 additional torpedoes and 1 final one to take out the enemy Richelieu, which makes our 2nd kill of the game. And at top of that, we do get a fire on the other Richelieu. Now I'm actually rather bit interested as to why I've seen so much Richelieu. I would have to say it's not particularly a ship I much, or better yet, would have thought would have been a very strong ship in rank. The only thing that really goes for it is its speed. Its speed does allow it to zip around a little bit quickly. And also, I will have to admit, with the fact that the majority of its firepower, actually all of its firepower, is in fact in the very front section, creating a lack of needing to actually turn broadside to get all your guns off. As you can see, friendly Amagi is currently hiding in our smoke. Things are going to be a little bit tight because we are down a ship and we are down in points. I mean, Richelieu is very low in health. He did show a lot of broadside to our friendly Amagi, who did definitely punish him. And I will have to say I do like the Richelieu's special camo. Does look really, really nice. Torpedoes are up again. Let's see if we can get lucky and try not to get spotted. Do have to be careful. Akatsuki does have a 5.9, which is not the greatest compared to most of the other tier 8s, which will have generally a 5.8 or lower. So Akatsuki, not a overly stealthy ship, I will have to admit. But one definite thing about the Richelieu I've had issues is her guns. Her guns are kind of sporadic, and yes, they are Bismarck caliber guns, but they don't always are reliable, and torpedoes are good on the enemy Richelieu. That is kill number 3, and that has definitely brought us back in line with the enemy team. Now we are even, 3 ships on each side. We have a Amagi, Chapayev, and Akatsuki versus a Tago, Loyang, and a enemy Akatsuki as well. Good thing is we do have a battleship and we do have a Chapayev, which the Chapayev is actually a fairly strong ship because it does have radar and it is a long range radar. However, it does not last as long as the New Orleans, but still able to spot all the enemy ships. As you can see, Loyang is really wanting to get the enemy friendly Amagi. We do earn high caliber, which is very nice, and going to try to push that Loyang off as much as possible. Now, the Liu Yang is a fairly potent ship. It's a very strong ship in rank just because of its Hydro. Hydro is extremely beneficial against enemy destroyers that are currently hiding in smokescreen or are able to spot torpedoes. Magi does require some additional info, so we are going to try to assist as much as possible, but however, the Akazuki has one thing not going for her, and that is speed. She is not a very fast destroyer. She can get up to only around 34 knots, so very, very slow. Now, I do alert the Amagi, and fortunately, this Amagi is actually very intelligent and decides not to rush around that island where they know enemy destroyers were last spotted. So, fortunately, he does obviously stay there. Now, the Akazuki, once again, not a very fast destroyer. Do recommend getting a speed flag on her just to make her a little bit more viable, a little bit more capable of getting around. Now, I don't zoom in directly. I do switch around, going around this corner, just to give myself an opportunity, just in case the Atago decides to push in. But in fact, the Atago does decide to push our Chapayev. But fortunately, our friendly Amagi is currently able to assist our Chapayev against this Atago. And once again, the Akazuki is not a particularly stealthy ship, and Atago does go down, and there we are detected, and there is the enemy Liu Yang, sitting broadside. Guns are not firing. I wonder what he's doing. If you say torpedoes, you are correct. Yes, he has dropped torpedoes once again. He really wanted this Amagi dead, but unfortunately for him, his torpedoes miss, and our Amagi is able to sail harmlessly by those torpedoes. And now we are finally able to capture both A and B. And I will have to say, I'm not a big fan of this map. This map is not particularly my favorite, and that really comes down to the placement of the A and B cap. Now, controlling A and B is somewhat difficult, but once you gain control and once you maintain control, your points are able to rack up relatively quickly. Now, all that's left on the enemy team are 2 destroyers. I do drop some torpedoes into that smoke screen, trying to maybe block off that Liu Yang from possibly pursuing in, but Akazuki is spotted, does get hit pretty hard, but does manage to disappear behind the island, which does allow us the opportunity to possibly, let's see if we can spot him. Magi is trying to assist as well, and there's the enemy Akazuki. Get a kind of rush shot, but shots are good. Akazuki goes down. That is kill number 4. All that's left on the enemy team is the enemy Liu Yang, and somehow he's able to spot us without being detected, which is interesting. Now, obviously, the Liu Yang is not likely to be able to kind of bring this match back in their favor, so we have a possible Kraken on the table right now. We are at 4 kills, and that Liu Yang would be kill number 5. Liu Yang, for whatever reason, is trying to pick up a fight with a Chapayev, and not particularly a fight I would say would be going in the Liu Yang's favor, but maybe let's see if we can catch this Liu Yang off guard. It did look like he was heading out east, but more than likely he's probably swinging him back around to try to get torpedoes off, and maybe we can get kill number 5. Akazuki. Oh, Akazuki is a great gunboat. Against any of the other destroyers, she could easily chew them up. And that Liu Yang is low in health. He has only about 5,000 points of health. Just watch how quickly this Liu Yang goes down. Can we get Kraken? We are so very close to Kraken. And there we go. Very low in health. Can we take him out? Just a few more shots. And this Liu Yang is going to go down. But in And that means we have just earned Kraken Unleashed. So this is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button. You guys have a great and fantastic day. Zaijian.